It's practice day here in Snowshoe, West Virginia, which means for the first time in what already feels like a long time, there are athletes on track getting ready for yet another World Cup downhill race.
Okay, so more open than you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel I ride really slow this morning and it's really slippery.
Okay.
So I feel like my bike is really hard.
Okay.
So I try to make it easier.
Okay. Overall, you think you want to keep trying it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will try.
Cool.
Because I do only one run, so
yeah,
I need
for
more.
sure.
Thank
as
you.
long as it's not like, nope, terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, we see you. Dropped a couple PSI out of the fork and opened low speed compression a little bit. That's a RAD project going on there. So this is basically the first run ever. And we're just trying to figure out what's gonna happen.
Not too slippery.
So it dries for sure.
Actually, I put on dry tires now because the ground is quite hard like everywhere, even if it's greasy.
Yeah.
But like it's not that it's deep mud as last year.
Okay.
And as soon as you get on the main lines, it's just hard pack and.
Okay. And for the rocks.
Gonna try. Yeah. Like we went slightly slower and suspension, a little bit less air pressure in the front, but it feels good at the moment and.
That's fine.
Rides good over the rocks and.
Okay.
So far, but I only did 2 easy laps.
Yeah.
Do 2 more?
Cool.
Get them in?
We'll see you in a bit. Not much, no. They're just making small changes, just because a lot of the really awkward stuff is pretty flat. And then she was just saying that the main line is actually quite hard, so muds aren't working great, so they're back on dry tires. And then, adjusting balance from last race, which was quite steep, to this one, which is relatively flat. You can't go too soft because then the bike just moves up and down instead of going forward, but you need to change the balance a little bit.
I feel like everything's nice, but when I'm hitting all the rocks, it's not like it's deflecting fast or being like super.
Are you up to speed?
Probably not, but
give me a break.
it's still kind of, it's a bit hard when there's a load of rocks to keep it straight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but even that.
Have you thought about putting an insert in the front?
And so I'm like, she's gonna.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. It's not the worst idea. Just that added weight will keep, because there's so many weird angles.
Yeah.
That insert keeps things
Okay.
pointed in a straight line. It's definitely something to think about.
Oh yeah, I mentioned it to Owen. Do you want to feel the fork?
Yeah.
It feels like good though, that's the thing.
Have you changed much since?
Nothing, just just a centimeter like lower than.
Okay, that's perfect. So a pretty good drop, but it is pretty flat.
Huge kitchen.
Yeah, think about that. Because you can also run a little bit lower pressure
Lower pressure.
with
Well,
an
I have
insert.
in the tires. Yeah.
Not the fork.
Yeah, no, for this fork, I'm using full travel.
Good,
And
okay.
it feels quite soft. I'm not sure if that's what's like.
Could add a touch of compression there.
Okay, I'll let him know.
And then just kind of
We do have enough.
work with those two.
Yeah.
A bit of, I think, struggling to keep the front wheel pointed straight, which, like, I think that's just going to happen here because there's so many odd angles at a somewhat low speed. One of my thoughts is putting an insert in, because that extra rotational weight will help carry the wheel up and over these kind of weird obstacles. The other thing is maybe even firming the fork up a bit again, lowering the front end but keeping the fork stiff so that it actually just goes over things instead of absorbing. So we'll see. But you kind of have to be up to speed too before you really make too many changes. So I'd like to see the insert thing and see if it helps, because that's not a major change either way for suspension.
A bit like my fork is diving a bit too much.
Okay.
I had, after I told to you, the next run I had 2 psi
Okay.
and close with the compression on my shock.
I would work with the compression more than the air.
Okay. You think it's better to close?
Yeah. And I think you can close it quite a bit if you want to.
Okay. High or speed?
Both.
Both?
You can, what I've been told is that you can close both and it doesn't get harsh.
Okay. And so I have 72 psi, I stay like this
Stay there,
and close the compression.
close low speed 2 and maybe high speed 1 and see.
I will try this.
How does it feel overall? It's okay, or
Yeah, it feels good, comfortable, but sometimes I feel like
Just
it's
a little
diving
too-
too much
okay,
and
cool.
too soft.
I think
And I feel a bit like I miss a bit of rebound of my shock. You
Okay.
think it's due to the fork
could
or?
just be that maybe you're heavy on the
Maybe.
fork.
Yeah. So I don't change anything on my shock.
Yeah.
Just try the fork and after we see. Okay. I will try
Perfect.
that next session.
Okay, when do you think you'll?
It's finished. It's at 12:30 the next.
12:30. Okay. Perfect. We'll be here.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Thank you.
See you soon.
See you.
Just kind of going back and forth with damper stuff, trying to figure out the sweet spot. So we're gonna start adding some damping back in after, that's probably 3 runs. So now we'll have a 2-hour break-ish and then get some more runs in. So said everything felt really smooth and good, just a little bit divey in the fork. We're just gonna add more compression, leaving air pressure where it is, because we think that cartridge can take more damping. So we're good. We're in a good place.
I'd say in a good way for now. Woody kind of explained it to me that it was a bit quicker on the rebound, and I think I didn't mind that.
Okay.
Did feel like the front was diving a bit, so maybe,
Just add in some compression.
yeah, I think just adding in some compression. And I'd also take a look at my rear shock and maybe balance out. I don't think it was, like the fork felt like smooth. I just don't think they were like quite working together perfectly. Not saying the shock feels bad, but I don't know if, because I think that's still the same settings as Leger, and I feel like it doesn't need to be. It was also an absolute plonk of a lap. Like I just,
Do you want the back a little firmer?
well, if you make the front firmer, I feel like the rear was firmer,
Okay.
and it was pushing me on the front a little bit. So then
Okay,
maybe
try
not.
this
Maybe
then.
that you've
I
done
firmed
that.
it up a couple clicks.
Yeah. Okay. So then that'll pull it back.
Yeah.
But it was quiet.
Yeah, it's quiet.
I like that.
Good.
It was quiet and smooth. That's what I like.
Feels pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't mind the rebound. Like
Yeah, it doesn't feel
quicker.
too fast.
Yeah. Cool.
Sweet.
I'm gonna go speak to Woody, and then I'll see you in a lot.
So same deal as Marin, we're just kind of seeing what's going on with that cartridge. And pretty much same feedback, like it just feels a little bit divey in the front. And I don't know if that's because of better damping, kind of, you could say, or if it actually needs to build more damping. So we're just gonna add in a little bit of compression and see if it gets him the feeling he's looking for.
I feel better.
Okay.
This was like a little better hold up in the rough.
And it's still okay in rocks?
I think you can probably go a little more. But
Okay.
I feel a little the same with the fork. Like it feels good like 80% of the time, and then I get some more like bottom outs or
Where? Just off those awkward things, or
yeah,
in?
some of the awkward stuff and like some of the just the rougher sections. I feel like the fork ring just goes down with it too much.
Okay. What do we pressure volume? Fair bit of damping going on already.
Yeah.
Let's just go up a few PSI.
Yep.
went through his compression. He's running a lot of compression on the fork already. So we just went up in pressure a bit. He's just trying to get the front end to stay up a bit more. Maybe just the awkward, like there's a couple pretty big, slow rock drops, which don't really want to set up for, but I think it's causing him some issues. So we're gonna try a few PSI and see if that helps out.
Dude, I love it, man. Even like, just with that little change, it's like,
more?
I think I could do more,
Then let's do more, and then we'll know if we need more.
and then we can always go less after.
Damn straight.
I think let's go more just to see.
Okay, we'll make it slightly aggressive one.
Yeah, yeah. But it was good. Like zero arm pump, quiet, grip was unreal, and like looking at the videos and stuff, I'm looking pretty good. So yeah,
That's good.
we're stoked. And I did the course preview at the same time, so.
Oh, that's good news. I was a little worried there for a bit, but we're looking okay. Pretty good overall. Seems like Jackson's happy, Nino's happy, Marian's getting happier. I mean, people seem to be in pretty decent mood. I think the track you either get along with it and you're cool with it, or you don't like it and it gets in your head, and a lot of people seem to have gotten into their heads. And it's just like, I don't like this track. But that's what happens. Gotta shake that stuff off.
Any like consistent trends you've seen?
Slightly lower bars or steeper head angle, but keeping pressure and damping. So not softening things up at all, because I think everybody's trying to stay on top of these rocks, not instead of like sinking in and kind of wobbling around. Keeping a relatively firm setup so you don't lose speed.
Feeling good going into qualies?
Yeah. Well, it should be good.
I think it'd be difficult to overstate just how exciting it is to watch racing at Snowshoe. The track is just so rigorous and punishing. As usual, I think it's going to be a really good race to watch, but for now, we will see you tomorrow for qualifiers.
I just want to say thank you to Javi at Peak Cycles in Golden, Colorado for helping me with my bike before I left. He didn't make me pay, he just asked for a shout out. And I've been trying to get the shout out in every episode. So, thanks Javi.
Thanks, Javi.
We want to thank him too, because otherwise we'd have to fix Schaefer's bike. Thanks, Javi.